Alright, so we're going to add a foot roll and toe rotation, a couple toe rotation attributes on each foot. And to do so, what we want to do is actually add, if you go to modify and say add attribute, and so it comes up with this add attribute window. And so what we want to add first is foot roll, and we'll leave it as a float, and this attribute type is scalar. And so the minimum we're going to say -5, maximum will be 10. So if we rotate to 10, we'll get a certain rotation, and the minimum will be -5. We'll leave the default at 0, and we'll just say add. And from here we will go toe rotation, and we'll name this, we'll just leave this as at the default as 0. And from here we'll just say add. And okay, so what we want to do, actually we want to add the foot roll to this to the right as well. So if you go to add attribute and foot roll, and we'll name this minimum -5, maximum 10, say add, and then toe rotation, and we'll just leave this one at default of 0. Alright, so both of these should both have that. Alright, that looks good. So what we want to do here is we want to go to, I believe it's under animation, key, and set driven key, and then option box, and then that should bring up our set driven key window. Okay, and so we want the actual control object to be the driver. So we'll select that, and so anything that we do here, any keying that we do to this object, we are setting it on. We want to also select our foot roll, because this is the one that we're going to work on first. Okay, and then what you need to do is actually go to the feet, to the actual foot setup that we originally set up. So if we open that up, we have this hierarchy of left foot IK control, left foot group, left toe group, the heel pivot, and the ankle pivot, and the toe pivot. Okay, so what we want to add is the left toe, so heel, toe, and the ankle pivot. Okay, so these three. So left toe group, left heel pivot, and left ankle pivot. And we will go to load driven, and we will select those three, and then we'll look and see that the X is the rotate X is what we want to be affected. Okay, so when we set these keys, so 0 on foot roll, and then we have these, the left heel pivot, left toe group, and left ankle pivot, and these we're just affecting the rotate X. And so once we set a key, you'll see that we have a blue channel on our rotate X, which is just a blue connection. It's basically a connection that's showing us. So if we go to the actual control object, and we're going to rotate this down, or we're going to, so if you middle mouse drag and then just pull to the left, you will get down to -5, or you can actually just manually go in and say -5. Okay, and then so -5, what we want to do is have the heel go up. Okay, so from here, now we'll just select that heel pivot, and we'll just rotate this guy up, let's say -40. Let's see how that looks. So when we do our heel pivot, our heel is going to come up that much. So actually we can exaggerate this and then only use, actually let's go -50. -50 looks okay. It's actually maybe 55, -55. Okay, so with everything still selected, we can just key this. And so that places a key on -5 on the foot roll. So if we go back to our IK foot control and go back to 0, it sets back to what our first key that we actually set. Okay, so for this one, we want to go to 5. And so at this point, what we want to do is go to our heel pivot. Actually, we want to go to the ankle pivot, actually. And then we're going to rotate. So we just want to make sure, yep, we're set on 5. So we go to our ankle pivot. And here we're going to go, let's go maybe 40, 45. And with all 3 of these still selected, we'll key. Okay, and then this one, we will jump to 10 on the foot roll. And this is on the actual left IK controller. And then select foot roll and then set that to 10. Okay, and then now what we want to do is go to our toe group. So from our toe group, and then once we rotate that up, that's going to bring our toe all the way up. And actually, first things first, we want to get rid of our ankle pivot animation. Anything that we have on that, we don't want that. And so we'll just go straight to the toe group and we'll rotate that toe, let's say, let's go 60. Okay, and then we'll hit a key on this one. And then we'll go back to our foot roll. And so now we'll get that nice roll off the ball of the foot into the toe. Okay, so that's how we set that up for our foot roll. So we want to do that on the right side as well. So actually I'm going to set that to 0, and we'll actually do our toe rotation as well. So with the IK still as the driver, we're going to actually, so still the driver, left IK control is the driver, and we'll select toe rotation. Okay, and so for this one, we want to actually rotate from the toe, I believe, yes, from the left toe group. Yes, from the toe group. Okay, so from the left toe group, we will actually say load. Actually, this one, I'm going to just do a channel connection. Okay, so from here, we can actually just, we're going to just leave this window up, but I'm not going to use that right this second. So now what I want to do is do a channel connection. And to do that, if you go to Windows, General Editor, and it should be under channel control. Nope, not channel control. Actually, it's, where is it? Connection editor. There we go. So under the connection editor, if you see on connection editor here, what we want to look for is our toe rotation, which is going to be all the way at the bottom. So we select that toe rotation. Okay, so this is the output. So once we have that selected, and we have it should have come up as the output. And just to make sure, you can just see left foot control or left foot IK control, and at the bottom we have our toe rotation. So what we need to do is load into the right. And so to do that, we will actually select the toe group, okay? And the toe group will just hit reload right. And what we want to connect is the rotate Y. So if we go and look in here, If we'll scroll down and we'll find rotate, okay, we'll just open that up, the plus, and then we'll just say, we'll just connect that. And it turns yellow, so now that there's just a regular connection on the rotate yellow, or a rotate Y, and that's yellow, just showing that that connection has been made. If we close that, now we go back and select the IK controller, and now anything we do, if we rotate left, and I'm using the middle mouse dragging in the window, and so you can see that rotation happening on the Y from his toe. Okay, for that we'll actually we'll roll with that. If we wanted to add a toe tap, we could basically just add that to the. I don't know if we're going to want him really tapping his feet, but to show you how to do so, we could just say go add a new attribute. So I just collapsed that window down. So if we go to here, select. Actually, we're going to select both, and we'll go to modify, add attribute, and we'll say toe tap. And we'll just leave that at default and add. Okay, so from this we'll use that channel control, or not channel control, but actually let's see, where was it? It was under connection editor. I don't know why I'm saying channel control. The connection editor, we're just making a new connection. Okay, so if you scroll down to the bottom, we'll see toe tap. So just select toe tap, and then we'll actually go to the toe pivot. Okay, the toe pivot, we want to actually just do an up down. So this is going to be the X. So if you do anything, and then I'm just Control Zing, go back to 0. So I'm going to reload on the right hand side his left toe pivot, and then I'm just going to scroll down, look for rotate, and select rotate X. And if I close that and go here, I can go to toe tap, and you'll see that now I can tap his toe. All right, if I wanted to go that way. So to just do the right, we can go back over here to the right foot and open up our, whoops, not maximize. So now what we want to do is make this the driver now. So now with this one selected, right foot IK control, we can say load driver, because now that's the one we want, and we'll select the foot roll. And for this one we want, so we want to open up our right foot, and so we want right heel pivot, right toe group, and right ankle pivot. Okay, for these we want to say load driven, and we'll select these three and go to rotate X. Okay, so now we have everything ready in our set driven key. We can go and select our right IK foot control and go to our foot roll and say -5, and then we will go to the heel pivot and we'll rotate this up, and I think we used 60, so -60. And so actually I don't know why I have a scale. Actually I'm going to break connection on that. So now we just have our rotate Y on that foot going up like that, and so we'll just key this. So now we have nothing on that, and I will switch this back to 0. And because I did not set a 0 position, I would just want to go back to the 0 position and go, let's see, so my heel pivot, and I'm going to set this back to 0. Everything is all back at 0, and I'll key that. Okay, then I'll go back to my IK foot control, set this to 5, and then I will go to my ankle pivot. So ankle pivot, and then we'll just select that, and I think we might have gone to 55 on this one, so 55, And from here we'll just key everything, and then we'll go back to the controller and set this to 10. And then from here we want to go to that ankle pivot and take that rotation off, and then go to the toe group, and the toe group will just go up, and I believe that was, we set that to 60 as well. So we'll key that, then select the IK control, and then just double check your foot roll. It looks good. All right, so we'll set that to 0, and we can close our set driven key. And for this one, we want to go back to our, with our IK foot control selected, we'll go back to General Editors, Connection Editor, and we will scroll down to the bottom and select toe rotation. And I believe it was heel pivot, not heel pivot, toe group. Toe group, yes, toe group. And so we'll reload that, and we will look for rotate, and we will select rotate Y. Okay, then we'll go down to toe tap, and this one we'll select right toe pivot, reload right, and we will change this rotate to X. Okay, so now we can go back to and just select our IK foot controller, and you can test your foot roll, and you can test your toe rotation and toe tap. All right, looks good. That's exactly what we're after. We have that set up and ready to go.